Push P. Yeah, push P. Turn me up. Turn me up, P. Corners in the paddock, get my piece. Push P. Cop new hammers for my P. We don't want no.
I could have got past that. But I could never get past. Yo, I don't want to do this no more. That cut me 1,000 times harder than her Nelly. Niggas. Right. With Ashanti, it was a difference because I never had no chick that I could talk to after we.
Right.
Never?
Maybe one or two.
Jesus Lord.
You know what I'm saying? But with Ashanti, it was like everything. After, yo, we should do this. We should do. Yo, I'm taking Scarface, Mary Jane, nigga. Take the flow. Take the flow. That's all part of what I'm saying.
Right.
I'm getting millions of dollars with my bitch. I didn't want it to stop.
Sounds like you did not want it to stop.
He did not want it to
Did
stop.
not want it to stop.
I think we could take
Sorry.
I'm so secure in my gangster nigga and secure in who the fuck I am in this universe. I could tell you when I'm hurt. I could tell you when I'm vulnerable or whatever. But I say this to say, this, nigga, this is your family. And you're gonna say you don't wanna do this? I'll never get over that.
Hello to my beautiful brothers and sisters of YouTube. This is Cree, and thank you so much for clicking on this video. And as always and forever, Mama truly do appreciate you. So as we all know, the hip-hop community has suffered a huge loss earlier this month with the recent passing of Irving Domingo Lorenzo Jr., better known to the rest of the world as Irv Gotti. Now, I'm assuming that most of us that's watching this video knows who Irv Gotti is, but just in case you do not, and you've been living under the rock for the past 25-ish years, Irv Gotti was a DJ. Well, he started out as a DJ, rather. Made his way to record producer and eventually became the co-founder of his own record label, which was Murder Inc. Records, which was founded in the late 90s. And if you were around, of course, during the late 90s and early 2000s, you know Murder Inc. had the music game on lock. He is responsible for putting on several acts. The most notable, the ones that we know of, is Ja Rule and Ashanti. Of course, they were the head honchos of Murder Inc. as far as artists goes. And then you also have DMX. And you also have Jay-Z. He was very instrumental in launching Jay-Z's career early on in those mid-90s when he came out with that first album, Reasonable Doubt. So yeah, Irv had his hand in a lot of things in the industry for decades that a lot of people don't know about. But sadly, over the years, his health took quite a hit. And he was seemingly starting to deteriorate quickly before our eyes. Because I remember when he did that Drink Champs interview back in 2022, and then did the Drink Champs interview 2 years later in 2024, there was definitely a difference. There was definitely a difference in him. You saw it. I saw it at least. And he was very candid and very open about his health struggles. You know, he battled with diabetes before that last interview that he had with Drink Champs in 2024, he had a stroke. It was a minor stroke, but he was definitely urged to, change the way he was living, change the way he was eating, and he didn't do that, which eventually led to the second and final stroke, which actually took him on up out of here. Even though we know medically that's what killed him, I do not believe that that's all that contributed to his demise. I definitely believe it's much deeper than that. Now, I could be very wrong on this, and, feel free to fight me down in the comments if you need to, but I believe in my heart of hearts that Irv Gotti died of a broken heart. That is what I believe. And if you've been following Irv Gotti and the Murder Inc. empire and all of that in the last 20 some odd years, you know exactly why. And that reason, ladies and gentlemen, is Ashanti. Now, hear me out. Hear me out now. I mean, I know it may sound crazy, but does it really? Does it really? And see, I don't think so. I don't think it's crazy because Irv loved Ashanti. He loved her. He admitted it. He admitted it on Drink Champs. He admitted it to the world in front of millions of listeners, including possibly his ex-wife and children, that he was in love with her. How many men you know? How many men you know gonna do that? And I'm not talking about these new age, softy men that's out here today. I'm talking about the older generation men. The Gen X and older millennials, the tough, rough and tough exterior type of man that don't let their feelings and emotions show. That is not that vulnerable, but was vulnerable enough to actually admit that and confess that in front of everybody. You're not going to find very many men that will do that. And I'm almost willing to bet that was pretty hard for him to even let out, but it had to come out because everybody pretty much already knew of the beef between him and Ashanti, but everybody did not know why there was such a beef between them two and why he was seemingly so obsessed with her for the last 20 years and why he was so mad and angry at her, for not being loyal to the label and not being loyal to the business. And so it's like, are you mad because she wasn't loyal to the label or because she wasn't loyal to you? Because as we all started to find out in that Drink Champs interview that happened back in 2022, they had an affair. Yes, they had an affair while he was still married to his estranged wife at the time, Deb. Now, according to him, they were separated. Ashanti didn't, come in and break up a happy home or nothing like that. They were already separated. They were already split up. And during their break is when he got with Ashanti, and in their time together, apparently he started to fall in love with her. And everything seemed to have been on the up and up, at least for those first couple of years with Murder Inc. The label was thriving. Ja Rule and Ashanti became like the golden children of the label, just cranking out hit after hit after hit. And there seemed to be that there was no stopping Irv and this empire that he helped to build. But of course, all of that came crashing down in the very, very early part of 2003 when the feds came in and raided the Murder Inc. offices, when they were ultimately charged with money laundering and helping out their friend Supreme. But after a 2-year long, grueling legal process and eventual trial and eventual acquittal, their reign at the top did not last very long. And then also, another thing that happened in 2003 that affected Irv deeply, I'm sure of it, is when Ashanti met Nelly. That definitely was the beginning of the end. So not only is your career and your label on the line, but now you losing the woman you love to another man.
But so you what would you do if you was me and you hearing these words, y'all in love, y'all every day we together.
See, that's the problem.
Every day for like 2 years, except the day she's with Nelly.
She got real. She got real.
So a piece of me be like, all right, fuck our relationship, right? I could get past that. I get mad girls. I've never had a problem getting bad chicks. Never.
Yo, what's in this weed? I'm forgiving him.
Hey, man. Keep rolling. Keep rolling. Continue.
I never had a problem, right?
Yes.
I could get past you wanting to be with Nelly.
Sounds like you didn't get past that. I'm just being honest.
Listen. At the time it happens, any man
Yeah, of course.
is hurt.
Yeah, right.
The chick you are in love with is with
Country grandma.
you wanna hear how I found out?
How you found this?
Country grandma.
Only on Drink Chat. It's on the documentary too. So
Yeah, yeah. How did you find out, sir?
I was at home.
And there wasn't no Twitter or Instagram back then.
I was at home. Listen to this. Is God wanted me to find out. I was at home. NBA package. I like watching sports. Oh my God, what's this commotion going on in the stadium? We just found out what the commotion is. Nelly has walked in with Ashanti.
Oh my God.
Wait, we're talking about.
That messed anybody up. That would. And then once the trial was over and they were acquitted, they tried to go back to business as normal, but that wasn't happening because, at this point, everybody then kind of separated themselves from the label. And they even tried to rebrand themselves, try to rename the label, to get that murder moniker off. And they try to rename themselves as the Ink, thinking that would turn things around, and it didn't. And then, people started to actually leave the label, including Ashanti. Ashanti, wanted to also separate herself because according to her, hey, I'm losing brand deals, I'm losing endorsements, people actually wanting to work with me. And now I'm getting these multi-million-dollar deals pulled from me because of my association with the label. And Irv seemingly took that hard. Yeah, he was mad when everybody else left, like when Lloyd left and all them, but when Ashanti left, he took that too hard.
Me and Irv, we are, there's no beef. There's definitely no beef. But I feel like Irv kind of paints a picture of what happened with me and Murder Inc. very one-sided. I hear him a lot talk about, oh, she's disloyal, and oh, she didn't, throw up the M's, and oh, she didn't do this and that. And I feel like it's time to kind of set the record straight on what it really is.
Are you saying that Irv felt like there was a time you didn't ride hard enough for the team?
Absolutely. I'm a Libra. I'm a very loyal person. Anybody with any sense of logic could see that I rolled out. I rolled till the wheels fell off. You know what I mean?
Ashanti made a collective decision when I was going through my trial that she felt this was hurting her. You know what I'm saying? And she felt Murder Inc. was hurting her or damaging her career. And she was growing and she moved on, which is all good. You understand? If someone comes to you, Ange, after you put them on, right? And someone comes to you and says, hey, this is no good anymore. I've grown. It's hurting me. I'm out. I want to be out. What are you? And they try to, in essence, get off the label. What would you do? Like, I think I handled it pretty graciously. You know what I'm saying? And took it on the.
You were disappointed.
Would you be?
I'm asking you.
Yes. Yes, of course. It's somebody who I've invested a lot of time, energy, effort, love, a lot of things.
She didn't want to throw up the M's, and she didn't want to be a part. She said she didn't want to be a part. I don't know if that's exactly what he said. But even with that, he couldn't even say Ashanti said she didn't want to be a part of Murder Inc. He never tells the full story. He never says why. You know what I mean?
So why?
And it's like, okay, yeah, me and Nelly were dating. Irv was salty. Irv would not let me come to the studio to record. Irv was telling everyone not to record with me. Why do I want to stay in that situation? How can I stay in that situation? You know what he said to me?
What?
He said, nah, you want to be with Nelly? Go sign a dirty A&T. We don't want you. What am I supposed to do? You know what I mean? So, and then...
Signed to 30.
Right.
And accused her of not being loyal, especially when they were doing the trial. He's accusing her of not being there and not supporting them during the trial. Even though she was supporting him, she was actually breaching the contract that she had because during that time she was filming a movie, filming John Tucker Must Die in Canada. And in the contract, it stated she's not even supposed to leave Canada to go anywhere, but she was still, despite that, traveling back and forth to New York to attend his trial, to be there for him. So it's like, what are you really mad at, Irv? Are you mad at the fact that, like I said before, that she's not loyal to the label, or that she's not loyal to you? Because also during this time, her and Nelly was going pretty strong in behind closed doors, because none of us knew that they were dating. They were secret. It was secret. So they were still going strong behind the scenes, and of course he sees that and he don't like that. It's making him feel away. You know what I'm saying? You supposed to be my bitch. What's up with that? We supposed to be making magic together. You was making magic with me. I put you on. I did this. I did that. And you gonna leave me and go over there with that motherfucker? For real? Oh, no. And of course, you know, when a man or a woman that's scorned, when they're scorned and they're hurt, they want to hurt you back. So what's the best way to hurt her? Hurt her pockets. Won't let her record in the studio, won't let her get her masters, making sure that pretty much whatever she does do from that point on, he's still going to get a payout for that. He still had some kind of a control or a hold over her. Maybe I can't get you this way, but I can get you this way. And this went on for years. For years. As a result, she hasn't been able to record any music. Her last album came out in 2014. And that was an independent release. But her last major album, the last album that she had with Murder Inc. was in 2008. That's almost 17 years ago. Like I said, that's Gotti's way of getting back on her. You know, getting his payback. You break my heart, I'm gonna break your pockets. I remember a few years ago, she was trying to re-record her debut album, that first album that she came out with. I remember she was trying to re-record and re-release that as more of kind of a commemorative 20-year anniversary type of deal, because the original album came out in 2002. And Irv said, hell to the no.
No, that's not how this works. No, that's not how this works.
But just sitting back and just kind of looking at how things transpired between those two over these last few years, it's almost kind of telling. Once he did that Drink Champs interview back in 2022, where, you know, he talked about the dealings with he and Ashanti. I mean, that was like a 3.5 hour interview, but it seemed like the main thing that everybody is focusing on is the stuff that he talked about regarding he and Ashanti. And Ashanti did not take that laying down. She fought back.
All in y'all business, but I had no idea. So when I saw it take that turn, I was like, is that energy that he's always had, or is this now because he's drinking and smoking that stuff is coming out? Or was it always there?
It's a combination. It was heightened because I think he was trying to get ratings. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
Get people
And get
tune into
eyeballs for the
exactly,
show. And
for the documentary.
Yeah.
So it was how he feels. That vibe has kind of been there for a long time, you know, since everyone kind of has gone their separate ways. But it was just heightened because he got a platform to promote the doc, you know, and unfortunately, I think it backfired. So
she spoke out against him. She, you know, refuted pretty much anything that he said. Even came out with a diss track. Well, not really a diss track, but came out with a song with Diddy. And there was a part in the song where she was seemingly dissing him and, you know, referring to the lack thereof of his manhood. And from that point on, that's what everybody wants to talk about. So when anybody does an interview with Irv, they're going to bring up Ashanti. When anybody does an interview with Ashanti, they're going to bring up Irv. And then in the midst of all this, Ashanti and Nelly find their ways back to each other, because they had actually broken up 10 years prior in around 2013, 2014. So they had been broken up for a minute and moved on and went on to other relationships and everything else. But it seemed like when she got back with Nelly, and not only did they get back together, but then they got married and then had a baby, that is when we definitely started to see the decline in his health, in Irv's health.
Gotti, did you know that you put Ashanti and Nelly back together?
I want to touch on this.
Yes.
Right? Because you don't know something.
I don't know nothing. I am clean. I am Geneva Convention.
Last time I was here,
yes,
I was heated.
Okay.
Yeah, we noticed.
And what you guys don't get with Ashanti, Ashanti has like not a beehive, but something similar.
Right.
And her beehive
was on your ass.
Me?
Yeah, we know.
Forget about it. But where I gotta hold you to the flame.
Yeah, help me to the flames, brother.
I gotta hold him to the flame.
Hold me to the flame.
Because he's my man.
Yeah.
Right? So if you remember the last time I was on here, he was like cracking jokes, basically saying, you still got feelings for this girl. And I'm like, Nori doesn't know this, but this is the worst he could be saying right now.
But he did know.
No, but you wore her
He
watch.
didn't
That's
know
the reason why, though, Gotti. You wore the watch that she bought you.
Let him finish, man.
The problem was
Okay.
you validated to the world like I still had feelings for this girl.
Yeah, I said that. Yes.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Like she's done.
All right.
She's done with me.
Yes.
It just now start dying
Temper
down.
down, right.
These I'm like, yo, y'all.
Well, it's about to come back. It's about to be up.
DMs, comments. Oh, you still love her. Wait. They'll post a picture of Ashanti and Nelly, and all of the comments will be like, Irv's punching the air. He's punching.
But, you know, we didn't even understand.
No.
I'm like, what is
I'm going to
this?
take a shot to punch in the air.
It almost seems to me that he just kind of stopped caring. He just didn't care. He didn't care what happened to him. Because over these last few years, pretty much everybody that's aware of the situation has been making jokes. It's been a joke to everybody. It was a joke to everybody, especially when Ashanti and Nelly got married. When they got married and they had their son, it was brought right back up and thrown in his face. And, you know, he took it like a G. And on the outer surface, he made it seem like that it didn't bother him. But come on, man. I know better. That hurt him. That hurt him to the core. But money, power, and male ego would never, ever let that show. He would not allow that to show outwardly. You know how it is when you mad at somebody? When you done been in love with somebody and they done broke your heart? Then they done moved on to somebody else, and then you try to act like, oh yeah, I'm cool, I ain't even tripping off of it. But then you be dying inside. You know how that is. We done all been there. We all been there. And I think that was a moment that he kind of realized, like, well, damn, she's never coming back to me. She's never coming back. She's really done. She really ain't fucking with me. And I think that's what did it. I think just that was a contributing factor. And like I said, that accompanied with everything that was going on with his health, it's just all of that together just kind of made him just stop. He just stopped. I think he really did try to keep it together as much as he could, but his heart just couldn't take it. That's what I think. That's what I think it is. Like I said, I could very well be wrong about my theory on that, but just deep in my gut, I just feel like that the whole decades-long beef between he and Ashanti, and it seemed like neither one was just letting up, and it seemed like she more than likely won. Yeah, he kept her money, but she took his heart and then just threw it over the balcony into the river. You know, that I believe that got a lot to do with it. I just do. She was the one that got away, the one he wanted probably more than anybody, and he could not have. And I think that's what broke him. Point blank, period. Well, you know what? That is all I'm going to say on the matter. So I'm just going to wrap it up right here. What are your thoughts on that? Are you agreeing and you thinking the same thing I'm thinking, or are you thinking I'm crazy? And you want to try to fight me in these comments? Right, well, you know what? Come on, baby, because I'm ready for it. I am ready for it. Okay? But anyway, if you have made it this far, please do not forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I will see y'all in the next video. Rest in peace to Irv Gotti. My name is Cree Cree. Y'all be easy.